What's up? It's Dubois, and welcome back to the Dubois Podcast.
Yeah.
Where, as always, we are Dubois.
Who did that?
Who's here messing up the flow, huh? Anyways,
I think it was you. Anyway.
no, it wasn't. Anyways, I'm not even gonna bother asking you guys how you're doing, because since you're watching this episode, you got to be doing either really good or really bad, and I don't want to know. So
Damn.
I don't want to take that chance.
Let me know individually. I want to know.
DM him personally how you're doing. But anyways, you know how we get it done around here.
Yeah.
We're gonna start off with our music recommendations.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to make the executive decision.
You start.
You start. You start.
Bad song.
Cut that. Alex, you go first.
Yeah, my song.
Since you have like a novel to read.
Let me review the documents.
As always.
My song is All the Time in the World by Stevie Matthew and Eric Bellinger. I think that's how you say it. My fault. I don't know if you
What
needed
if
that.
we
I don't know if
needed
you
that?
My fault, gang.
Let's go.
I remember it for both of you. Anyway, it's a song is really cool. It's slow, a little sexy. And you just talk about him being a good and intimate and attentive lover, and I respect it. It's a good song. You should listen to it. I was feeling it this week. Anyway, don't worry about that.
Type S. Period.
Type S. Period.
Period.
Well,
Period.
Period. Speaking of which, wonderful. It sounds like a very
I
lovely
can say
song.
your songs for you if you want me to.
You know what? Yeah.
Since
Alex.
I remember.
All right, Alex.
Hey.
All right. So I'm gonna mouth it and you say it. Okay.
Oh, stop.
All ready?
Are you gonna say the title first or the art title?
The
That
way-
was dumb. That was dumb. Don't worry about it.
Sorry. This is first.
Yeah, this
episode.
is this song. This is by this person.
Anyways,
Yeah.
my song recommendation is
Monday by Quedeca.
you heard it here first.
True.
Yeah.
Goated.
Good song.
So little Dubois fun fact: Calvin and Alex are Quedeca's #1 fans.
Yep.
They
Number one.
love
They hear
Quedeca.
since like first album before, bro.
True. He
Yep.
put me on, and then since then,
Back when he was
I
doing Call of Duty videos on YouTube or something like that.
I think it was FIFA.
Oh, FIFA videos on YouTube.
yeah.
They've been rocking with him since then.
Yes,
Admittedly,
sir.
I was never really on the train. I tried, and it wasn't really for me. However, he put out this song Monday. Well, not on Monday.
yeah.
It's called
Yeah,
Monday.
I'm kind of mad about that because
Yeah.
it dropped,
He dropped
like,
on like a Wednesday or
Tuesday.
something.
No, it was like
Tuesday?
Tuesday at 12 o'clock.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Because I saw a tweet where it was like Monday dropping at 12 on Monday. I was like, why?
Why wouldn't you?
Why
drop
wouldn't
it
you
on
drop
Monday?
it like
At
Sunday
least
into
like,
Monday?
At least like 11:59 or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Something.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's a wonderful song. I intended to look up what it was about and I forgot. But I know it sounds very nice, sounds very beautiful. It sounds a little somber,
Yeah.
and I've been in that type of mood. So, when I'm in that type of mood, I like to listen to songs that are of that type of mood. So
When I'm in that mode.
type S right
Type
here.
S.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, if you're also in that mood, go ahead and give it a listen.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that like the Renaissance sound is coming back, like for like a lot of artists. Like Javiki's
like
been doing
the- yeah,
it, like
the very,
the
like-
violins and all that
yeah.
type
I
of
love
stuff,
it.
because that's like how that song is as well.
And with the other song that Quedeca put out, what was it called again?
Godstain.
Godstain.
Yeah.
If this whole album is songs like this, I'll be in attendance.
He says that like two songs are going to be like too similar. So
Wrong already, I think.
yikes.
Well, maybe I have to listen to the other one again.
Mhm.
I thought it was similar vibes, but I could be wrong.
I think I can agree.
Quedeca, if you're watching this, please, if it's not already in the works for the album, just do it for me. Just like drop an R&B song like you did on that
True.
one, like 15 or 16 styles of rap. Just give us the rest of that snippet, bro.
Yeah.
Please. I've been begging since that day.
True.
So please, if you see this, do that for me.
Also, Quedeca, if you see this, come on the pod, and then your two biggest fans can interview you,
True.
and that'd be kind of sick.
And,
That'd be pretty dope.
Show me a little something about music. I think that'd be cool.
True. Show me how to
Alright,
produce,
But don't
bro.
feel.
So now you're trying to take advantage of Quedeca's kindness. He's already doing the kindness of coming on our little podcast here.
and put out
and
the
you're
R&B
gonna-
song for me.
Exactly, and you're already going to
That's
exploit.
I'm not
You're
allowed to-
going to exploit
That's
his talent
crazy.
and his labor.
No, I'm not going to exploit
You know
it.
what,
I just
Quedeca? He's off the episode. I'm
no,
on.
No, you're not. No, I'll kill you.
I'm still on.
I just want to talk about, see how you feel. You can let me know how, or I'll let you know how I feel. You just chop it up. That's essentially all it is. You don't have to teach me nothing for real, but hey, I just want to have a conversation with you. Like Logic said,
I'm biracial. Calvin, what's your music recommendation?
My song recommendation, I changed it last minute, is Luxury by John Bellion.
Oh my God, bro, that's so crazy.
Damn.
I was about to say it anyways, but wait a minute. Just to try to remember it.
Because like I feel like I know more about the song than the other one, and I've been meaning to recommend a John Bellion song for a bit.
Me too.
This was like one of his first songs that I got put onto back at I was probably in middle school. This was basically a song that he made. He's basically just saying like, I'm never gonna let the luxury of like that comes with like this job kind of like change who I am. And it's just like a beautiful song. I think it really showcases like his producing skills, his singing skills, and he's just an overall like good artist, good producer. He's produced for like some really big names. So check out his work. He's got some good stuff. And he's got an album coming out I think next month or this month. So yeah,
I'm excited. The singles are already very good. I'm just excited.
Hell yeah. Yeah, let us know what you guys think.
Frick yeah, man. And sometimes I sit and wonder, and I'm just like, man, God, I really love to listen to music.
Same.
And I know that good old Dubois podcast, I know they always putting out song recommendations, but I never know where to find them. But guys, I recently discovered one place where they keep all of their music recommendations in the past, and they will continue to do so in the future.
Oh, word.
Yeah. You want to know where that is?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I sure do.
All I had to do is I went to Spotify.
Yeah.
And I typed in Dubois music recommendations. And the playlist that came up, that was the one to find it. So if you guys are in a boat like we are, where we're constantly trying to find out where Dubois puts all their music recommendations, just type that into Spotify and you'll find it.
You're there.
Because it's one playlist and it gets updated
regularly.
Always when it's supposed to be.
Yep, always.
Haven't missed a day.
Never a day late.
Never a day
delays.
late. Never, ever. Check it right now. I promise it's up to date.
If you think it is, it's not.
Yeah. It's your again. You have to refresh your stuff. Delete Spotify, re-download it, and it should be there.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Anyways, on to the
activita.
Well, I'm going to introduce the.
Are you the host?
Yeah. Can you shut up?
Yes.
Oh.
Damn.
I'm always the host.
I know that.
Anyway, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
It's beauty.
Yeah, it's my episode. No.
You silenced us too?
This is going to be an episode about sinners, as you've probably seen from the title and or the thumbie.
The movie.
The movie.
Not the concept.
Yeah.
Sinning?
Yeah. Technically, we all do. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah, there's so much minutia behind it.
Yeah.
So many little things you could do.
Yeah, you can't like breathe without. Anyway, all right.
Anyways,
my fault.
Not to get political.
Yeah.
We saw the movie Sinners, and we're going to talk about it. But
I manifested it. Sorry. Last episode, I said it was going to happen, and it happened. Anyway.
Oh yeah. But before that, we are going to. I forgot the wig in the car.
Oh my goodness.
Got time?
Country van. All right, hold on.
There it is.
Get out this way. Yeah. Whoa! Y'all mind if a white boy speaks a little bit of vampirese?
Nice. Yes, sir.
That's right, baby. For the Sinners episode, we got the country vampire back in the chair from Halloween fame. In case you haven't seen that episode, if you haven't seen that episode, it'll be in the thing right here. Right there. Editor, remember to put that in.
Turns out it's over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. Actually,
it might be over there.
No, I think it's over here.
It's
editor,
gonna be somewhere.
Editor, if it's over here, flip it. Just flip it real quick and then flip it back. Anyways.
Flip it.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Sinners. But before we do that, I'm going to be doing a special What Is Even That?
Yeah.
Vampire edition.
Oh, yeah. Can you say that with the accent again, please?
What is even that?
There it
Vampire edition.
Yeah.
Anyways, in case you're new here, I'm going to run down the rules.
Yes.
What Is Even That is a special show where we poorly describe the subject matter, and the contestants have, from when I start talking up into a minute after, to guess what it is.
Remember that.
Up
when he
until
starts talking.
I thought it was until he finishes talking.
Nope, from when I start talking up into a minute after, and if they guess correctly, they get the point. But if they can't get it correctly within a minute, I get the point.
It's a free
and
for all.
remember, the house always wins.
No.
Anyways, let's get into it.
I'm cheating.
First,
What? Sorry.
Wait, hold on. I need to.
Wait, so is it like
I need to.
stuff to do specifically with the movie? Is it people? Is it places? Is it?
It's vampires.
Oh, it's like vampires.
Vampires,
okay.
yeah.
Orlok.
Orlok?
Mm-hmm.
What's that from?
The
Diaries?
guy.
The guy.
The guy. The vampire guy. Not
Can
Dracula.
I have a timer and a stopwatch going at the same time? We'll figure it out.
Dracula.
Mm.
Not an hour. I just need a minute. All right, ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Nosferatu.
the first
Yes.
entry. Too human for the vampire kids, but too vampire for the
Blade.
human kid.
Oh wow.
The answer was Blade.
Wow.
Ding, ding, ding,
love
ding,
Blade.
ding.
Not on my brain at all.
All right.
Sir.
Number 2.
Yes.
When you mix highly active empathy, a skin condition, and a freaky ass white boy.
Edward.
Twilight.
Yes,
Yeah.
Edward Cullen.
Oh, yeah. Are we saying
Correct.
like the name of the vampire? I'm
Yeah, the name of the
assuming.
vampire. Yeah. Yep. All right.
Skin condition. Nice.
Entry number 3.
Yeah.
A vampire so cold and iconic that anyone watching children's television during the 2000s knows his name.
Nosferatu?
Yeah.
Damn. If you saw-
Or
yeah,
Count Orlok if you so
Oh,
desire.
okay.
Yeah.
That's like his other name?
Like his
That's
technically
like his actual name.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Wow, they're moving through this pretty fast.
Yeah.
So what is it? 2-1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're
Mm.
gonna have to lock in.
Yeah.
Next entry. Great minds think alike.
Damn. What?
Remington? Remy?
Resmok, whatever from Sinners.
I forgot his name.
Oh.
The Irishman.
Yeah, the Irishman.
Austin said it so much, too.
Rizak.
It's like someone with Remy.
Remick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was so close.
Yes.
What if I was getting the Z from?
I'll give you the point because that's what you were going for.
Yeah, I was like,
I knew
Remington.
you were
Remy.
thinking of.
Remy's freaking
yeah.
the rat.
Remick, the main vampire in Sinners.
I swear they said his name like once.
Yeah, they did. Like
only
literally,
said-
I think.
yeah,
it
Because
was.
they
when
said, like,
Austin
once.
kept saying, I'm like, bro, how does
How
he
do you
know?
even
I didn't
remember that?
remember
Because
that
I'm
that
pretty
was
sure
a-
it
He did
just
see it twice, I guess. So.
That's
yeah,
I
sure.
looked it up. So.
Yeah. And now
Mhm.
for the final entry. What is even that vampire edition? And you all know
Dracula
how
Gold.
I likes to get down when it comes to the final
Oh,
entry.
boy. You sound with a dog.
She want me because I got that dog in me. Start the timer.
Got that dog in me.
She want me because I got that dog in me.
Alucard?
Nope.
Damn.
That's a good one though.
Hey,
I didn't think about
thank
that.
you. Got that dog. Wait, no. Klaus Michelson?
There
Let's
you go.
go, my guy.
Klaus Michelson.
Yeah,
He's from Vampire Diaries
Oh, yeah.
Originals.
He's
We've
a-
talked
he's a-
about him in the
he's a
group chat.
hybrid.
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time, so.
I thought, is he like a werewolf too?
Yes, he's a werewolf and a
yeah.
vampire. Yeah.
I thought he was just a vampire.
Oh, okay.
I want him because he's him anyway.
Well, that was this week's episode of What Is Even That. If you
Yeah.
played along, let us know in the comments your score. And make sure to be honest. Make sure you got it in
Facts.
time.
Don't
And
lie.
if you didn't, that's okay.
Yeah. I guess we didn't really give him much time.
Yeah, you guys were pretty quick. These ones might have been a little too easy. I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay because that's all part of the fun and games.
True.
of it. So, anyways, that was that. Now,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
on to the main topic for today. We saw Sinners
Yeah.
last night.
Yep.
Probably the freshest we've ever seen a movie.
True.
To talk about, especially because even with Deadpool and Wolverine, we also saw that the
Waited,
night
like-
before, but that was still like
Oh.
a few weeks after the movie had come out. So everyone already talked about what you had to talk about.
Yeah.
But Sinners is still relatively fresh. So, what do you guys think of the movie?
We doing our ratings or are we saving that till later?
Let's say that to the end.
Okay.
I think that's what we usually do.
Yeah.
If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. We just save them to the end.
Yeah.
I mean, quick review, I guess, for me, just like an overall. I thought it was really good.
Mhm.
I think for, like you had said, an original movie, it felt like it was done really, really well. It didn't feel like, like, I don't know how to explain it. Ryan Coogler, he knows what he's doing.
Facts.
The direction of it, just like the cinematography aspects of it, the like symbolism in the movie, all great. Things that like I caught on to as I was watching, even once we left and we were talking about things, we were all kind of like bringing up things that other people didn't think about. So I thought that was really cool. All the actors, amazing.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan and his twin, really, really doing their thing in this movie.
Michael B. and Michael A.
Yeah.
But overall, really, really liked it. Probably gonna watch it again because I thought it was just that good.
Honestly, facts. It was spectacular. Once again, performances, music,
Oh,
very,
man.
very good.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of just like the once again like the symbolism and just like how it. Well, there was like one note I guess that technically had, but you can get into that later. But overall, like pacing very good. Just all around A1 movie, D1 anyway, very good.
Yes, this was a wonderful outing for a movie. I think it was very creative. I like that it stayed within a lot of vampire lore, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like corny about it either.
That's what I said yesterday when we did it, or watched, like after watching and talking about it, is that it took like the classic vampire tropes and stuff and did it in a way where it didn't feel corny. It was done really, really well.
Yeah,
100%. I'm not going to say what the scene is because I would like people to experience it for themselves.
True.
We also might have somebody within earshot who might not know. So I'm going to try to not spoil anything. But there is a scene toward maybe like the center point of the movie. And when I saw that scene, I said, this is the reason, this is why movies are made. This is why movies exist. And this is why I'm happy to watch movies. It was so wonderfully creative, visually fantastic, audibly fantastic, and it was very cool. I think this movie has cemented Ryan Coogler as one of my favorite directors.
I think I agree. Yeah, no, he's very, very good.
Yeah.
Like everything he does.
You could really see like the talent like behind a lot of the direction of this,
and you could tell he loves filmmaking. Like I don't know if any of you watched his like little thing where he was talking about like the different types of film that he used to make the movie.
Oh no,
because he did it all on film. He didn't do digital.
Yeah.
So like, there's like I think 3 or 4 separate types of film that he used, and he goes in to explain what each one does and like how they work and stuff. So you could tell that like he loves doing
the
this.
craft.
Yeah,
for the love of the game.
I respect that. Some people get lost in that and just kind of put out a movie.
Yeah,
that's it. You know.
Yeah. I will say, while watching, I told you guys this last night, but while watching the movie, I was thinking about what the writer's room probably looked like, because this movie is very heavily leaned toward like black culture and black history and like black mythology and things like that. So I was like, I wonder if the writer's room was like entirely composed of black people, because it would make the most sense for telling a story like this, and for how important it is to like a culture. But there were some scenes in the movie where I was like, nope, there are definitely some white people in that writer's room. My experience with a lot of the black folk that I've known in my time, well, the very much the type to say, don't go in there. The people in the movie, they were not following that philosophy. I'll tell you, I'm not going to say what happens exactly, but they're a little too inquisitive, I think is the word. A little too inquisitive.
Yeah.
Not really thinking.
Yeah.
There are even people in the theater being like, what are you doing? Like, whenever the couple things happened.
Yeah.
I will say this movie is like the first that I've seen in a while where I felt like the audience was like truly reacting to what was happening.
Was definitely engaged.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which was kind of cool. I was like, damn, like normally it's quiet or just like people just kind of being annoying.
Yeah.
Which there were some, but like some people were really just like, I don't know, taking it in and like reacting to it.
Shout out to that one guy. There was like a little joke during the movie about like a character getting his dick sucked by his wife, and one guy in the movie theater really loved that joke. He was laughing at that for a long time, and then I didn't hear him laugh like that at any point else during the movie. So that one really tickled him.
Even like his like daughter.
Was his daughter?
Well,
I hope
not. She called him. She called him daddy at one point. So I just assumed.
Not quite.
I'm
Especially considering
I'm too young for that. I don't know nothing about that.
Those are dynamics I haven't had yet.
Yeah. No, sorry. No, I'm not gonna get off track.
Hey,
but there are some things. Damn. But yes, he very much so enjoyed that joke. It was funny.
Yeah. Also, there are 2 after credit scenes. There's one mid credit and then one post credit. The mid credit one gives a lot more story, and the post credit scene is just kind of a little moment, which I think was very nice.
Yeah, I liked it.
Some people in the theater did not agree.
Like, that's it.
We waited for that. Like, come on, man.
Nobody told you to wait in 2. Like, it was a nice little scene.
Yeah. What, you mad you caught a vibe? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's 5 more minutes, man. Like, what were you gonna do,
bro?
Also, I guess speaking of that, Miles Colton, is that his last name?
Canton.
Miles Canton.
The one I played Sammy.
Yes.
I think so.
This was his first outing as an actor, and
Phenomenal.
I could not believe that it was his first real gig because he was phenomenal in his role.
Both acting, singing.
Yeah.
If he truly played the instruments, that as well.
Yeah. Well,
I saw like a TikTok of him performing it basically. So
he's got a great voice too.
It's a wonderful voice.
I did not expect that. Like from like it was like deep and like just I was like, oh my god, hold on.
Yeah, and just like even just the way he spoke his lines in the movie, it was all believable. I don't think there's a single performance that felt that felt out of place.
No, absolutely.
I agree with that. I think everyone played like their role really well.
Yes. Also, I didn't realize he was in the movie, but when he showed up on the screen, my dog Jack O'Connell. He's one of my favorite actors.
Yep.
I used to. I was introduced to him from a show called Skins. It was a UK TV show.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was him.
Yeah. Wow. UK TV show about a bunch of rambunctious
Your
kids.
bro's not actually Irish?
No, he might be.
Oh wait, yeah.
But like England.
Yeah.
So like
they
got them there.
maybe.
They got them there.
Because his name is Jack O'Connell.
Yeah, so it's like literally O'Connell. Yeah.
Yeah. So So anyways, what was I saying?
He's
he's one of my favorite actors. I saw him I originally met him in Skins, and like I hated his character at first.
My fault. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, bro.
Let bro cook. Damn.
First became aware of him in Skins. Hated his character at first because he was kind of a meanie head.
Yeah.
But then eventually grew to fall in love with his character. And then him as an actor, he was in a movie called Unbreakable is the Bruce Willis movie.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Editor, put a picture of the title right here. Sorry for the Spotify listeners. I don't remember the name of the movie off the top of my head. But it's basically a movie about like a guy in World War II who was like a captured a prisoner of war and how he made it out of that. And he was also a runner and a track star. So yeah, he was really good in that movie. He was also in a TV show called. Oh God! It was on Netflix. It's called like Ungodly or something like that. It was a Western TV show, and I like Western stuff, so he was really good in that show too. Jack O'Connell's just a fantastic actor. There was a little bit of drama online.
Oh, really?
Because some people were saying like there was like one person who was like, "Yeah, this guy looks really good. I can't wait to see like his future stuff." So people were like, I think alluding to the poster of that being racist because his character in the movie.
Oh my God!
And all that stuff. Yeah, it's very. It's grown folk business as far as I'm concerned. It got nothing to do with me.
I did like his character though.
Yeah. Yes, his character was very charming, very very cool.
Yeah. All of the characters are like, what's the like adverb version of like investable? I don't know if that's the like you can definitely attach yourself to each of the characters. I think.
Yeah, and once again, also another great singer. If that's actually him singing, because like when he was doing like the Irish songs, like I don't know, I really rocked with him. It was nice.
Ivan Clean or whatever it was.
There was a bit of a direction that they went with the vampire lore in this about. Is that classified as a spoiler?
Which part? Like explaining the difference between
no, like how the vampire sires work and stuff.
Maybe because it's not something I expected.
I won't say it, but it was a very interesting.
We alluded to it.
We alluded to it during the activity. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I won't say what it is in case you didn't get it. But yeah, it's a very interesting kind of thing that I haven't seen in vampire media before.
True. Yeah, me either.
I know usually there's like some sort of like bond between the sire and the siree.
Yep.
But not like that.
Never to that extent. So I thought that was very cool and interesting. And it also made a lot of sense within the context of like the movie. Especially because like again, without giving like spoilers, the thing he explained, like him being in that place that he wouldn't have happened if he didn't end up at that house.
Yep.
True. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So like it's very interesting, very cool.
Yeah.
What else should we talk about? Like Michael B. Jordan in the movie?
Man, honestly, playing two characters that like are different.
Yeah,
you know,
like
they are like they're similar, but they're different.
Of them.
He took a page out of Lindsay Lohan's book.
Yeah, like he played twins really well. I mean, the fact that like. And like you said, I'm sure with Ryan Coogler, like he's with how he shot it, having to like do the takes twice, and perfecting that like exactly like when he's rolling a cigarette, not a spoiler, rolling a cigarette for like his brother and like timing that perfectly with handing it to him, and just the dynamic of them talking to each other, it felt very like Like if I didn't know who Michael B. Jordan was, and you told me this was a man and his twin playing them, I believe it.
Yeah, for sure.
I would 100% would
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah.
It's just great, and then his chemistry with every character he interacted with,
and off screen.
Yeah.
because like him with
that.
Sammy, that was just,
Yeah.
it felt like a familial bond, which is like what they were.
Yeah.
Obviously online, Haley Steinfeld's in there as well. They had great chemistry. The other love interests, I don't know the actress's name.
I forget right now, but
She's also their chemistry was amazing.
Immaculate.
It's just, I don't know. It's like the cast meshed so well that it just felt great watching the whole thing. Everyone like interacting with each other.
Yeah, it felt very much like a kind of lived in world with like history and even like the more you learn about each character, like Sammy very much so felt ingrained in the world that we were introduced to. The twins very much so, their history with being there, having lives there, leaving, and then coming back. Sorry, I guess that's not really the spoilers per se.
It's like
first
talk about
5
how
minutes.
That's first thing you find out.
Yeah.
But like stuff like the world, once again, like the chemistry, the character building. The more you learn about them, just all of it is just very good, very good.
The way I could explain it is like you having a friend and them inviting you to like their family outing, and you just seeing everyone interact with each other.
Yeah.
It felt like you were actually there, seeing it happen.
Yeah. Wonderful performances all across the board. I have something I have to say.
Oh, here we go.
I've been a Haley Steinfeld non-enjoyer.
Yeah, facts.
And
It's non-enjoyer?
Non-enjoyer, yeah. I've never been on the Haley Steinfeld train.
I only know her really just from the Miles Morales movies.
I know the reason I've never been on this Haley Steinfeld
And
train.
Arcane.
Shit, you're right.
And Arcane, yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I've never been on the Haley Steinfeld train is because in Pitch Perfect 2,
There it is.
her
There it is.
character absolutely ruined the little sing-along thing that they were doing in the dumbest way possible. So ever since then, Haley Steinfeld, not the character that she played, but Haley Steinfeld herself, has been my number one op.
I've been trying to tell him bro, it's not that serious. But
It is to me. But I watched Hawkeye, and I was like, okay, Haley Steinfeld, she's a little bit better in my book now after watching Hawkeye. I was like, I like her performance in that. She was kind of adorable, whatever.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. And then we saw this movie. And I'll tell you what, I didn't think about her messing up that thing in Pitch Perfect a single time.
Hell yeah.
During the movie.
Yes, sir.
That went completely out of my brain.
Killed the role.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's just also that and also just wow.
Yeah, of course. There it
Wow.
is.
I knew. See,
I was
the
waiting
thing
for
is, listen,
I was surprised you didn't do it.
listen. I'm horny posting. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nah, I'm trying to be good to on camera.
Yeah. Meanwhile, multiple times throughout the movie,
I said on camera.
multiple times throughout the movie, Alex would lean over. He'd be like me, like when a character would walk away with her, and against their better judgment. He'd be like, I had to meet a new girl.
Low-key.
But no, when I saw the trailer for the first time of her be like, "We're gonna kill her," from that point on, I was like, "Oh, I think I need to go watch this."
Yeah. Low-key.
Like, I need to see this. I think I need to see what's going on here. I don't know. Something about that really did it for me. Like I said in the Castlevania episode, I'm a monster freaker. So,
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I think I've come around to the idea.
hell yeah, W. So, her performance was very good in the movie, and one thing I talked about it very briefly last night.
Yeah.
One thing I saw people talking about online was when she says the thing she says to Sammy's character. Boy, get the out of my face.
Yeah.
People were making a huge kind of thing about it and being like, she's racist.
Oh my god, bro.
And so on. And I was really confused at that point
Were
in time.
people saying the character or her? Both.
I think they were alluding to the character.
Okay.
I think they're more alluding to the character. However, the whole her being 1/8 black thing also came up, and I don't know if that's Haley Steinfeld's experience or if that's
Just
the
mirroring
character's
character,
experience.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Well, people kept saying Haley Steinfeld pulling out 1/8 like black when she's doing, which I don't know for sure if she is, but
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, that's grown folk business, so I'm not
I
involved
stay
in
out of
any
that.
But when I saw when I knew what the movie was,
Mhm.
I knew that it was a period piece, and I knew that it took place during a very racist time period.
Yeah.
So I just kind of assumed her character was a little racist.
Yeah.
At the very least, a little racist, just because that was just kind of the cultural norm back then. So I was really confused
With
at
context.
the big not even with the
Oh,
context,
okay.
just at the big reaction
Oh, yeah.
to that potentially being the case
when you saw it.
on the internet. No,
okay.
when I
was
saw
just
even
seeing
seeing it on the internet before I
Yeah.
saw the movie, I was like, is she not
She's a
supposed
white lady in
She's a white lady in the South. In
1932,
1932 South.
Yeah.
Mississippi, is that where they were?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so like it's like, well, yeah, she's gonna I figured as much. Like did no one else think she would we know from the trailers that she's a bad guy. So like did we not expect
there to be some kind of
a little bit of racism in a movie about the black experience in the South?
True.
In 1932?
No.
That's it was just so baffling to see just like the huge kind of like uproar about it online. And like, her using like language like boy and stuff like that. And it's like, well, yeah, that's
what they said.
That's what they said.
That's like
what they did.
Everyone, Also, like, never mind.
I'm not qualified
more so
to comment on whether or not her character is or isn't racist.
I was more so going to get into like the character's background, but I don't know if that's technically spoilers, so I was going to leave that alone.
As far as
like kind of like where she grew up.
I don't. Let's leave it out just
in
case.
Just in case.
I don't think that would be good as spoilers, but
maybe people want to experience everything.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a very interesting thing that I saw online that I was a little confused about, and even after seeing the movie, I'm still a little bit more confused because aside from like the implication that she grew up with these people, like she's still a white woman with a white husband in 1932 Mississippi.
Literally,
so like, there's going to be a little bit in there. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I didn't really get that vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. Especially the circumstances, like her marriage.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't feel like it was. It came from that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know. First, I'm not like I said. I'm not qualified to speak on that personally. But so I'm not going to say whether it is or it isn't. But I went into the movie expecting that to be the lean.
Yeah.
So it baffled me when people were like, "Oh,
yeah,
I can't believe it."
Yeah.
And it also made me think the movie was like a modern day piece because I was like, oh, okay, so maybe it takes place in like the modern day or something.
Yeah. And maybe that's why the pushback.
Maybe that's why the pushback on it makes.
No.
Maybe that's why, but nope. So
yeah. But
yeah.
But
sorry, you want to say something?
Oh, wait, you're done.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, 'cause I'm gonna move on to another thing.
Okay.
So
It's not related to this. So it's another.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, go off.
Two tangents.
Okay.
I've been talking a lot. Go off.
I'm gonna try my best not to like go into too much detail, but one of the like symbols in this like movie that I really liked was like how there's a character in there that kind of tells one of the other characters that like is it Christianity that they practice in there? Is that what it is? So Christianity doesn't like come from black culture, but like blues does, and like the music and all that. And I think you do see a lot of like religion versus like not music, but like how that plays a part in their lives. Within black culture especially. So it's kind of like interesting to see that kind of play out in this movie. And for that to kind of be like a bit of an important piece that's brought up kind of a bit.
Yeah. I think the importance of music in this movie makes it like brings the storytelling to like a whole other level, and it has a lot to do with that middle scene that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, especially that
very good.
Yeah,
very
so like the
fantastic.
importance of music and culture, and how that is kind of what allows you to kind of hold on, like the stories and the music allows you to hold on to those pieces of your culture. And that was even kind of what like the main vampire, his whole kind of deal was.
That's
the
what
music.
he was seeking. Yeah.
And I love like metaphorical stuff like that, where it's like there's this one thing that kind of brings a type of people together, and it's a very like romantic idea. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the movie. I also like how this isn't really a spoiler. the one character says to the main character, like, if you keep playing that music, like the devil is going to like follow you home one day. So like with that being the case, and again, music in this movie being so important, I find it pretty cool that the vampires, when they get introduced into the movie, the soundtrack goes from those like blues kind of rattly guitars to a lot of kind of like heavier metal type vibe, which is interesting because a lot of people say that like heavy metal is associated with like devil worship and stuff like that. So the idea that like the devilish characters have that electric guitar motif with them, I thought was a very cool little kind of like thing. This is what I'm talking about, where Ryan Coogler really did his thing.
Oh, for sure.
No, like
so
every choice is so intentional that it's just like it's so beautiful because of it.
It's fantastic.
It's well thought out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not a moment is wasted in that movie. Listen, one thing about me, I've been doing the dad thing in a lot of movies as of late, where I be falling asleep.
Yeah.
And yesterday was a really long day, but I was locked in the whole movie. I didn't fall asleep at all.
Yeah, no. That we were also front seat, so we had
Also
the
true, yeah.
booming speakers.
also-
Like
that's also
every
true.
single jump scare got me because
Oh
I
my
was
gosh,
dude, that was
It
right
was so
there.
funny. Like every time there would be a jump scare, this dude would be like,
Yeah, and I'm
That-
like,
that was
oh
me,
my god,
man.
you pissed me off.
no, it's so funny. So our friend of the show, Kirsten.
Yeah, she kept like covering her face
Yeah, no.
sometimes.
So other friend of the show's, Austin and Andrusel, they told Kirsten that this wasn't a scary movie because she
Yeah.
asked them if it was scary. They said no because they had seen the
Liars.
movie already. So then within the first
2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes of the
literally.
movie, there was immediately a jump scare.
Yeah.
I was like, oh well, that goes out the window.
Yeah. I literally, I saw her, like, both was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I was not ready for that.
Lucky Sammy.
I didn't think it was going to be like a movie with like. And there's not a lot of jump scares.
Not
in
really.
It.
I
It's
wouldn't,
not
yeah,
egregious.
like it's not a scary,
like every once in a while.
scary movie. It's just, it's got like some jump scare vibes and then some horror elements. But like it's, I wouldn't say it's like a super scary movie.
Yeah.
But like you are gonna jump at some point.
Yeah.
yeah,
Kind of bringing up the horror. I feel like it's such a hard word to say. So I'm not
Horror?
saying- Yeah,
Horror.
horror.
bringing up the horror,
Oh,
the horror.
there you go.
There's a good balance of I mentioned this yesterday of like comedy mixing in with like the story and like the horror elements of it, because there are a lot of like jokes that come around, but it's never like too distracting from
Yeah.
everything going on, which I do appreciate, because like it'll be like a joke and then something that like immediately pulls you back into like what's going on and like the seriousness of it.
Yeah.
So like I do like that they were able to like balance that out, like
Yeah.
with the writing and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was very expertly executed. The
Yeah.
times when there was comedy, and it never like tried to linger on itself either.
Yeah.
It was always like, this is the joke. It's funny, so you laugh. Now we're back to the problem at hand.
Yeah.
It was very responsible
Yeah.
with its funny moments.
Yeah.
And that's another I keep saying another reason why Ryan Coogler really, you could tell he really knows what he's doing
Yeah.
when it comes to this stuff. I thought there's like a point in the well, no, because I don't want to. Man,
It's hard
Yeah,
to talk
it's
about.
tough.
it
to talk
without
about the movie
spoilers.
without spoiling it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Definitely go out and see it.
Yeah.
Or whenever it is on any kind of streaming thing. Loki's cop it then. Like cop it. Not even just streaming. Loki doing that. Hey, anyway.
I do think if you're going to see, like, if there's one movie you need to see in a theater,
This one is
definitely one of them.
Definitely.
And apparently IMAX is way better, because I think we saw the standard
Regular.
version.
Yeah.
So I would like to see the IMAX version. So
Same.
apparently IMAX is the truth.
Yeah.
So watch that version, because that's, I think Austin was talking about, there's like different framing,
Like aspect
The
ratio.
aspect
aspect
ratio
ratios and
changes,
stuff
yeah.
like that. And that's where like the different types of films come into
Mhm.
play. So like, yeah, I definitely recommend seeing that. I guess I can't recommend from personal experience, but from what I've
Sure.
heard,
Yeah. It's the bee's knees.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, very.
Did you say you had a note?
Oh, okay. So the movie, I won't go into the specifics. Did, in my opinion, kind of come to a kind of like natural and good, like kind of like resolution at the point where the night ended. I won't say too much about it. And I was like, okay, but then I was like, wait a minute, there's still this thing. And then that extra scene that kind of wrapped everything up. I think, like, whenever it started, that like last scene, I was like, oh, now this feels a little bit like.
Are you talking about like when they went back to the
Like,
juke?
no, I think you're talking about like the mid cut scene.
Are you talking about the mid-credit scene?
Mid-
Or are you
No,
talking
no,
about-
not even
Oh.
before that. So like when the sun came up
Yep.
and
Oh, the people pulled up.
yes,
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
part
saying.
I was like, oh, when they went back
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that part I was like, it feels like, once again, I think like the sun coming up and then that stuff happening was a good ending. But once again, in my head I was like, oh, but like this thing is still unresolved. So like in the moment it felt like
Kind of like a rush.
not rushed, but it felt like extra.
like tacked on to the end?
Kind of,
Okay.
but like
Yeah.
when all together, it still feels like a good.
Yeah.
That's why like I'm iffy on that, like how that feels to me internally.
Yeah.
But overall,
Okay.
still a like fantastic like experience for sure.
For that scene with me, I think I could agree, because as when that did happen, I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that's right, this is happening.
Yeah,
But I think there was also a moment where that character had that realization, because obviously a lot happened.
Yeah.
So like once things kind of like were calmed down a bit, he's like, oh, that's right. Let me grab this. Let me do all this stuff real quick.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like we kind of had that response, but he also did.
Yeah.
So and it was also kind of cool to like get that little extra end piece added onto it, because like if it was brought up and then never like happened or whatever or resolved, then it would be like a little like, oh, what happened? So like it's okay.
And they brought up the trunk. I'm not going to say what's in the trunk. But they brought up the trunk earlier. Yeah. And he's like, we don't need the trunk. And then I was like, what's in the trunk?
Low key, they did. They did need that.
Yeah, low key actually.
But yeah, it's I could see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I do think, like, thinking back on it, that like seeing him also have that kind of feeling, I think it kind of helps tie it back.
Mission's not over yet. Yeah.
Nice little cherry on top.
Yeah, no, low key. I think so. And especially kind of like how that storyline wraps up, I think was a very nice. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I will say Haley Steinfeld had a lot less of a role than I thought she would in the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought she would be far more important to kind of everything that goes down, and like she is to an extent because she's part of something that causes the stuff to happen.
Yeah.
But after that point, she just seems like very much kind of like a background. Kind of a background character, which might be on purpose. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I did want to comment on the music of the movie.
I was just gonna say, music.
So the narrative is based around the power that music has. Mm-hmm. So Ryan Coogler really understood how important having good music in the movie is. Yeah. And there is not a single piece of music, and I'm not much of like a blues kind of guy.
I wasn't before this either.
I'm not super duper into that type of music, but like every single song in this movie, every little bit of guitar playing or harmonica playing, piano, any of it, I was locked in and listening.
Like singing as well.
Yes, the singing was fantastic.
For sure.
I love when movies take like a thematic element and focus so heavily and to make sure that it's important because of how important it is to the narrative. I love that stuff so much, and it really allows me to attach myself to it in a way.
Yeah, like I feel like if you took the music out of this movie, it would be totally different. It would feel totally different. Like it's a very important aspect of it. That you can really enjoy as the viewer. Because it's not like there's like, hey, we need some sound for this scene, so it's not just dead quiet. Yeah. And it wasn't just like a play track on there. It's like, let's write this out, like get everything going for it, like score, all of that needs to be like perfect, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I did not. Going into it, I didn't even know like the theme was gonna be about like music. I thought it was just people chilling in a building. Yeah, vampire show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Finding in the movie, finding out that music was a central theme. I was like, okay, it's probably gonna be some cool music, but I didn't expect to like leave that movie being like, the soundtrack, I need it now immediately for the next like week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One of the final credit songs. It's like it's called like Last Time I Seen Ya or something like that.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. It's with Miles. I believe the woman, I don't know her name, so I don't know for sure.
Oh, that song.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's very good.
Yeah, no, that song, I immediately added it to my liked list. That song was fantastic, and I've listened to it a few times already.
Oh, yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And, we've said it before, but he's very talented.
Yeah,
very talented young
absolutely. But even I like very much so that
twin.
Yes. That there was like ambient music during scenes.
Yeah.
But I like that most of it was like the performances leading into like music that transitioned into like the next scene. I liked a lot.
And what's also really cool is a lot of the music in the scenes was very like loud and bombastic, but it was never distracting.
Oh yeah, true. Until like it's so I'd be absolutely locked in, getting it down with them, and then like it'll cut to a thing and I'm like, oh shit. Like how quiet it is comparatively. I'm like, oh wow. Yeah. That's like I was like, it's so like I don't know, it's like how easy it was to get like locked in, like and like start vibing with them, and then like cutting immediately to like the outside, and they're just out there just. Won't you let us in? And they're like, oh.
I like that aspect too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Letting us in. Like that vampire trope of like they have to ask before they can enter a place. Like it's it's done so well, and I don't want to get into like details of like characters and stuff that happens. But it's done in a way where like if we were the people there, I feel like I wouldn't think twice about it, and most people don't. Like when things are happening, but I don't know where I was going with this, but I don't know, something about it. I just loved how it played out with like the asking for permission to like come in.
Yeah, it's like so Vampire Diaries and stuff like that does that.
Oh, really?
True.
Yeah. Like they have to be invited in, and that's like something that like you don't often see in a lot of vampire media. So like it's kind of refreshing, like seeing something like that, like such a simple mechanic. Yeah. Kind of added into the movie, you know?
Yeah. I think it's because like it can be intimidating trying to work around that like, oh well, like how is this gonna happen if they can't even get in? Yeah. But I think like challenge or like tackling that challenge and being able to navigate that like well, like it just adds like another like level of like it's dope. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like no, the way. Sorry, never mind. I'm not gonna get into it.
I did like a lot of the like camera work in this as well. Like when people were walking in places, the camera would be like in front of them versus behind. And I don't know, something about that. It feels nice. Like just like as they're walking, the camera's following them everywhere you're going. You're able to see like the background. Like it's very lively in the back, so it's not just like dead space. Like they're using the environment. And then like some of the like. I don't want to say too much, but when like he's talking to one of the twins, it's like, oh, go check on him, and like the camera goes, things happens. Okay, like it never like switches. The camera's there
like
the whole time.
Like
it's just, and then it goes right back, and something else happens. It's just, I love it. It's really well shot.
Yeah.
No, definitely like seeing like even with one of the twins in, well, I mean it's not technically a spoiler, but. One of the twins and like another character, kind of like having a very like serious conversation in the juke, Club Juke, and then like just seeing like them having like such an intimate moment, but like seeing people like dancing and grinding and getting like wild in the background, like the juxtaposition of like this very intimate like one-on-one moment, but like it was cool, like just the way like it doesn't distract you, seeing everybody get crazy in the back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like that is a thing that was able to be done, you know. Yeah.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is a movie. Okay.
Yeah.
True, sorry, this is a film.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
cinema.
But the thing is it's also fun.
Yes.
Like when you think of like the cinema,
like Christopher Nolan type thing. Like
you sometimes think that it can be very serious, very slow, like and uncharitably very boring.
Yeah.
But with this movie, it's fun. It's exciting. It's like. It has like flavor. It has the sauce. Honestly, this movie is very saucy.
You can feel the passion behind the project.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like 5 minutes into the movie, I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Oh yeah." I'm already
like low key.
Listen, as soon as I kept seeing that flashback, I was like, "Oh, all right, I'm in."
That first like jump scare, immediately I was like, "Oh, all right, they got me."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good."
And then like right after the flashback, the like what his dad was telling him to do and all that. I'm like, okay, like this is interesting. And then it's like. Yesterday, and it's like, bro, this is all in a day.
That's another thing is that the whole movie takes place in one day.
Yeah,
love it. I love that. That's fantastic.
Wild.
So good.
Night to change their lives. So it's fair.
I brought it up last night. The whole like Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
like it's whenever I see twins. One in red, one in blue. The one in red is usually the more bombastic, kind of wild child who goes against tradition and norms. Where the one in blue is usually kind of the more quiet, a little bit more put together, but also
maybe
kind
stoic.
of like a stoic, but also kind of like a crazy badass, but like in like a cool way kind of thing. I just can't help but think back to the Bullies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Smoke and Stack were representations of that. I really kind of would have loved to see what the Jonathan Majors version of this would have looked like.
Yeah.
Only because, like, Michael B. Jordan did a wonderful, fantastic job on his own.
Yeah.
There's no questioning that. But like, I wonder how the dynamic would have been with another actor in the room instead of Michael B. Jordan having to be here, record one set of lines, go change, come back, record another set of lines, and so on.
Yeah. Especially because they're like even like when like Creed 3, their chemistry is like they have really good,
really good chemistry.
Yeah. So like I think they would have done a fantastic job with like both of them. Yeah.
It's wild. Michael B. Jordan also has really good chemistry with himself, apparently.
Yeah, that's true, actually. He just can't help it.
Yeah, he's just, dude's got chemistry for anyone that he associates with.
With Haley Steinfeld. Listen, dude, I sent it in the group chat one day. It was like the little interview of Haley Steinfeld where Michael B. Jordan's in the background. And she's like, go away, like, we're talking about you. If I was Shameik Moore, I would have killed myself as soon as I saw that.
Low key.
We had an episode about the Shameik Moore situation. You all know how we feel about it.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, when I saw those clips and I saw just even like them on Hot Ones, when I saw their like raw chemistry together, I was like, that would have been my 13th reason right there.
Low key.
I'd have been done. I'd have been out of here.
Oh my gosh, bro.
I almost did it myself, and I'm not even involved.
I'm saying.
They have such like undeniable chemistry together, and it kind of makes me a little mad. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you're not supposed to have that much chemistry. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
No, it's funny. Alex during the movie. So there was racist people in the movie. During the movie, Alex was like, "Hey, do you think that they like screen people, like to make sure that they don't enjoy saying the N-word as much as they do?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, they probably do. I feel like that's probably important to the process." And then like that one guy said the thing, and I was like, "Never mind. I don't think they screen."
He enjoyed that.
He was too good at saying the N-word. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Low key.
And they just went to the South and just grabbed some.
Some guy. Yeah. Someone's Uncle Bobby.
Yeah.
He liked it a little too much. Alex, go ahead and start us out with the ratings.
Oh, snap. All right. Hey, say less. I was thinking about this earlier because, I anticipated we do it every time. So I think I would give this movie a smooth lowest 8, but like probably like around like an 8.5,
okay.
I think. Yeah. I think it's a solid, once again, like there's nothing wrong with it like at all. Everything was very, very good. I don't think I would say it's a perfect film, at least not for me. So like not like a 10. And once again, if not for like that like last scene that I was talking about, I probably would give it a 9. Well, no, once again, I like that scene a lot. If I guess like like I don't know, like if the transition to it didn't feel so like this thing has ended, now we're gonna go to the, I guess, I don't know, but
okay.
But yeah, no, 8.5. I think it's very good, very, very, very good. Everything about it is really good.
Calvin,
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Hell yeah!
Because, like I said, as I brought up, the music is great, really important. Like I could tell that like time was put into like making it.
Mm-hmm.
The actors were all phenomenal in their roles. Like everyone played their character like perfectly. Plus, their chemistry with each other was just amazing. The cinematography of it, like I was mentioning, like the camera work was just also really good. The entire movie was engaging. There wasn't a single moment where I was like either like distracted or like bored or anything like that. Like I was locked in on the movie. And I think everything done with the vampires was really well. Some things were like we said, like old lore and like tropes with vampires, and then you had some new refreshing things that we hadn't seen involving the vampires. So just overall really great. I honestly have no bad like things to say about it.
Yeah.
With my score, I'm an interesting product enjoyer. If there is one thing in the thing that I love to death, especially like artistically, I will sing the entirety of the thing's praises. Like insane. So like with Arcane, that one episode like really carried so much of like my love. Granted, I love the show altogether, but like that one episode truly is the one I think back to that really carries that. For Devil May Cry, like, and I've gone back to think about it, and if it weren't for that episode, the 6th episode, my score for the show probably would have been a little bit lower.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe around probably like a 5 or a 6.
Damn.
If I'm being honest. But that one episode was so just like so loud. That one episode was just so good that it truly kind of like carried a lot of the experience for me. So with that being said, with Sinners and that one scene in the movie, I was like entranced during that scene. And like that combined with the intentionality of every little aspect in the movie, things that I'm sure I haven't noticed yet, Like, for example, Austin was talking about how, like, when they first introduced the twins, Stack was, like, standing in, like, open air, and Smoke was standing, like, in front of the building to represent, like, one is about the business, the other one's about the party in a way, or free spirit. Like, things like that, the intentionality behind the music, the fact that there is not a single performance in this movie that I did not like. The fact that, like, it's an original story.
True.
Like, it's not, like, based off of, as far as I know, it's not based off of a book or a poem or some other movie or anything like that. It's just kind of, again, from what I understand, to be just entirely off dome. Just overall, the impact of the movie, I think, and I could, if next week, I'll let you know if I change or not, change my mind or not once I have more time with it. I think I'm going to give it a 10.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
I think I'm going to give this movie a 10.
Certified Sean 10 out of 10.
Certified Sean 10 out of 10. The style of the movie, like the aura that the characters had about them, their dynamic together, the fact, again, that Michael B. Jordan was able to play a role against himself and play it so expertly.
Each of them felt, like, unique enough and but, like, still, like, it's... He's fantastic. Fantastic what he does.
I wish I knew her name so I could give her the proper credit. But the woman who played
Annie?
No,
I think
is that her name? Annie's the Smokes.
I think it's Annie.
Annie. Her performance in this movie as kind of like the wiser one amongst everybody who kind of knows, like, it's a trope with a name that I am not going to repeat for reasons. But you know, it feels like she fulfills that trope, but not in a negative way. But I think that's also because a lot of that culture kind of surrounds the movie. So, yeah, for me, 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful movie. A wonderful movie that I am ready to see again, like, right now.
Absolutely. Facts, actually.
Same.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now that you, like, bring that up, like, none of the performances being bad, none of the music being bad, like, being original, and, like, how everything came together so cleanly is a lot tougher than, like, it might seem.
Yeah.
Like, I'd imagine.
Especially with him recording it on film, too.
That, too. Like, oh, man, I can't imagine, like, the love and care that it took for, like, such a movie to be made.
And as far as I know, I imagine most of the effects, aside from maybe, like, the eye stuff, was, like, practical. At least that's what it seemed. It seemed like a lot of the stuff was practical in the movie. So, like, you know, got to give it some props for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've done it again, right, Mr. Coogler.
Mr. Coogler. First with Creed.
Yep.
Now with this.
Yeah.
So, I will say, there's a scene in the movie.
Yeah.
With Michael B. Jordan's character and Haley Steinfeld's character.
Yep.
Haley Steinfeld does the thing.
Yep.
Wish that was me. That's all I'm going to say.
Facts. Sorry. Yes.
I'll let you guys find out. And it's not the second thing, it's the first thing. But the second thing as well, but mostly the first thing.
Yeah.
So you'll see when it happens. But that's that. That's my Sinner's experience.
Yep.
Anything else anybody would like to say? Well, if this is an inappropriate question,
okay,
we'll
here we go.
We'll
get me
rid
on cam.
I think I know the question.
We'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
As somebody who is black,
yes,
does this movie do anything extra for you?
Like, unfortunately, me kind of not super growing up in, like, I guess, like, steeped in, like, the what would be classified as, I guess, like, the black
culture.
Yeah. Like there's still obviously ties and stuff like that. So there were definitely times where, like, I was like, I could relate to certain things. On like a level that I would imagine. I don't necessarily want to assume. Like other people couldn't. But not fully, because once again, I'm not fully kind of I haven't fully learned about that culture essentially.
Okay.
But then there were also times where, because of that, I was like, I would love to dive into more, learn more, and be able to, like, so I could fully relate, like, to this to this stuff. So it was definitely a good in terms of kind of like wanting to, like, giving me knowledge that I didn't have prior and kind of want to learn more about, but also kind of being relatable to certain experiences that I have lived. And be like, hey, I've been, like, not like been there per se, but like it's but yeah, like, once, like, relatable because of how the movie was crafted for
FUBU.
yeah, essentially, yeah. So, yeah, no, it was cool to and even like listening to your guys' takes on it and stuff, and like certain things that I could get out of it that wasn't discussed and stuff like that. Very good, very good. Yeah. Once again, Coogler, we've done it again.
Very true.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Think I'm all good. Think I got my feelings out.
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes,
well,
sir.
Considering I started this timer late, I think we're probably at our time.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'll save what I wanted to say for next week. You have to stay tuned.
Hey.
But it's okay because then Veronica will be done with her community service that she's doing for Raymond right now.
Yep.
So she'll be able to be a part of that conversation.
True.
So we'll save it for then. Anyways, until then, we have been and always will be
Boys.
Thank you for joining us. Go out, watch Sinners, and then go out and watch it again.
Yep.
Yes.
And then a third time if you're feeling cheeky.
Yes, sir.
Cheeky! Anyways. We'll catch you guys next time. Be wonderful. Stay beautiful.
Bye.
Later. Over the wedding weekend, we were doing hot to go in the car, but Micah couldn't because obviously he had his hands on the wheel. So I learned, I came up with a way to do it with one hand.
Okay,
So you go HOTTOGO. Now the next part, the whole you can take me hot to go, that part we still haven't figured out. But but HOTTOGO.
Oh yeah.
So now you can do it while you're
let
driving.
Chapel know.
Yeah, Jay Chapel. Hey Chapel. Chapel, I figured it out.
Chapel. Chapel.
Yeah, we did it during the
Just throwing
wedding.
gang signs.
Yeah. Look. Chapel, I rep your set. You know what I'm saying? Anyways.